Be Frank Network.
Okay, welcome to another very special episode of H&A Pod. Frank of Be Frank is in the house on Accidente. How are you guys? I'm Mara Merrick, 18-time divorcee, 72-time champ.
What's the real number?
3 and 8. 3 marriages, 8 engagements.
Damn.
That's
crazy.
I know. I was a little bit of a spiraling, not good decision maker in my youth.
Yeah, but
you? That's a long list, man. That's longer than Manuk Bowl. That's longer than Patrick Ewing.
Call me Mara Manelli, okay?
yeah, but Mara's the one waving the finger.
Yeah.
Did you end all those?
Yeah.
So you ended all 11
100%.
of those situations.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I get in them because I am polite. And then I freak out and I'm like, I gotta go!
See, I feel like I get into things for like a month and a half because of that.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I'm polite
Too
and
polite.
I'm like, yeah, sure, you can come back to my place or whatever. Like I'm never excited to have sex with this person. And then
Whoa!
and then I stick around for a month and a half and I'm like, oh, this has been too long.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, I
So
guess...
if someone's real polite to you, you'll have sex with them, though.
Yeah. Yeah. If you just say please and thank you.
Yo, are you a rapper?
Okay.
Put your face near the microphone.
Okay.
What's
Yo,
up, Sergio
check, 1, 2,
Chicon?
1, 2. Speaking of rappers, I had a rapper on the DBS podcast. I think that's the last time I book a rapper. A rapper. Yeah, let me tell you, he considers me a little bit hood by my jargon and my choice of words and the way I explain things.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up on the Lower East Side, born and raised.
Yeah, the Lower East Side back
I grew up
then
on the
was...
Lower East Side,
Yeah, but check this shit out. So he
which
thinks I'm
now is
that.
affluent.
I had a dude named Tragedy. That was his name, the rapper, right? I became a Megan on the opposite side. And I was like, oh my God. Like he was like, yo, where that wild? And I'm like, excuse me? I think he was asking for weed. So I was like, oh, we don't have that here. And I was like, but you know when you answer a question, but you know you're not sure if you heard it right. But so it felt weird. It was like in the air. I was like, you did ask for weed, right? He like, nah, wine. And I was like, oh, you want wine? And he did a freestyle for me. Him and my friend did a freestyle for the intro for the podcast. I was like, cool. You know what? That deserves a bottle of wine. So now I go to the store, get a bottle of wine. Of course, the first store doesn't have the bottle of wine they want. So I go to a second store, I bring up the bottle of wine. This dude is laid out like this. Like this.
Because he hit that weed before you got in there.
Yeah, he hit something. Oh shit. And yo, dogs. It was a 2 hours long. That's a long time.
That's a real... Wait, 2 hours plus wine shopping time?
Yo, I was supposed to be out of here by 3. We were out of here by 5.
Whoa!
Yeah, it was rough. And 2 hours, is a lot for a podcast. That's like the max. Yeah. That's like 4 episodes of Friends.
Our episode that we did last week, although very funny, Marshall was like, how long do you guys want to record? 8 or 9 hours? And I was like,
how long do we go?
Marshall, snap! No, we were an hour and a half. Normally I'm 45 minutes.
Yeah, Marshall's not going to be happy with Tragedy Gaddafi's episode. That's his name, Tragedy Gaddafi. And I was like, oh, so you're named after a dictator. He was like, you call him a dictator. America calls him a dictator. It's all subjective. I was like, oh, thank you very much for coming to the
Free
podcast.
Palestine. Oh, wait, what am I supposed to say?
Yo, Palestine, Israel beef is, I'm not into it. First, I want to first say that, right?
Yes.
I'm much more into
I don't think
Bloods and Crips.
anyone's pro
into it.
pro-war.
No, there are people who are
I'm
assigned
like
to
not
it.
into it right now.
I'm not into it. I prefer to watch the beef between Bloods and Crips.
It's hot girl season. It's hot girl summer. So
You know what? I like that Bloods and Crips are coming together.
Yeah, exactly. There seems
They
some-
are?
like, there seems like a bridge.
because
and also-
Side story.
Kendrick Lamar has shoes that have both on the shoe. It's
Look at Kendrick
Yeah.
Lamar.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like there's a possible bridge, and also their campaign is much more upbeat. You know what I'm saying? They do Crip dances, and
You're talking about gangs.
Yeah. Palestine,
versus
Israel beef.
the
They have no
Palestine,
flavor.
Israel. Yeah.
they have no
We
good
should-
rappers.
So we should design them some merch,
I'm just saying, Palestine and Israel should look at the Bloods and Crips for, if they want to campaign for their beef and make it a little more, interesting, get a little Israeli Palestine dance or something.
I think they have a dance. I was riding my bike down 2nd, and these 3 Mercedes, all black, tinted black windows with the Palestinian flag hanging out the back. That's free Palestine all over the windows. They were revving their engines and popping them so much, and the police were trying to pull them over, and they were just like swaying in between all the lanes, trying to get everyone's attention. And we stopped at the light together, and I was like, I don't think this is the way, to get people on your side. You're real annoying.
And I bet you don't have a helmet as you're riding down the street.
No.
That's more concerning to me.
No. What's to save here? Let's be honest.
Are you riding the bicycle without a helmet and have the dog in hand?
No. I don't take. I took Frank on my bike ride across the country, and he rode, and I had a helmet on at the time.
Would you put him in a carriage?
No, he's the long bar in the middle. He would put his back paws there, and then he'd have his front paws here, and I'd scoop underneath him and just hold him like this.
What?
So he would take his paws and just have them over my
over the handlebars?
Yeah. It was heavy.
I gotta tell you,
after a
Frank
while.
is a good-looking dog.
Frank is a beaut.
I mean, he has a majestic way about him. I mean, that fur smells like coconut. I mean, he's in his prime. You see my pit bull? Her coat looks like wet suede. Yeah. She is dusty. She got crust on her lip. Very friendly, very healthy, very athletic, but she's a little bit of a dirtbag because she comes from Tennessee and she was,
I got my dog from the Amish. I didn't say, you know what, let's keep you culturally in that. I don't have him out with the old curly cues. She's probably been eating all organic, My dog was eating fucking... He does eat raw food.
Yeah.
I'm confused about the Amish right now.
Are you?
Yeah, because I went to an Amish store and there were lights on.
Oh, so there's Mennonites. And Mennonites can have some electricity and they can use some things. Like the Mennonites sell the dogs, like KeystonePuppies.com.
Okay.
Is a bunch
it's a
of
sponsor of this
Mennonite.
podcast.
I look at their website all the time. It's a sponsor. It's the Mennonites website, but it's dictated by who can do it for how many hours a day. It's very strict.
Okay.
Yeah, and they do have some power in their house too. The Mennonites, not the Amish, not the OGs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I know.
I didn't know there was different tiers of Amish.
I didn't know that either.
There are. Fact check, bro.
Yeah.
Yo,
it makes sense.
Snapple fact check. So the Amish don't fuck with any electricity. It's like candle lights.
Candle lights and a bucket of water.
I had a Hasidic Jew neighbor who wasn't allowed to use any electricity after 6 p.m., I believe, on Friday. Then they used to knock on my door to open it to let them in.
What?
Yeah, they want the luxuries of electricity, but they didn't want to press the button.
You're too nice.
Dirtbag.
Wait, hold on.
So they want to take the elevator, but they were like, could you?
Oh.
And I'm like that, I'm not going to press it. Oh, I'm not going to press it.
I worked at some a very Sergio
Shout
bar
out to Mr. Finkelstein.
in
That's his real name?
Nah, it's a fun name, though.
I was about to say, because that's
Finkelstein, whatever.
I was like, man, that guy's got a... I don't know.
That's
I don't
a
know.
fun last
That's
name.
a fun-ass name. That's why I was like, man, I want a dope Jewish name.
I used to bartend in Brooklyn, one of Dante's friends' bars. I was the only white chick ever.
What part of Brooklyn? Borough Park?
Borough Park? No, Crown Heights, son.
Okay. Yeah.
7 years ago.
A lot of Hasidi's there. A lot of
Yes,
Palis.
yes. So once we closed at 10 because it would always get angry after 10 o'clock. But at 8:30...
They get angry. What are they, gremlins? What the fuck?
The patrons. So at 8:30, the Hasidic men would come in, sit at the bar, pick up a black woman prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, this is awkward. Every single time I'm like, is this a part of your religion? Or what book is this in your book?
I was just talking with my friend who's a gay guy. He see a bunch of Hasidic Jews trying to hook up with guys in the bathrooms of gay clubs.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Good for them.
I mean, it sucks that they're hiding their entire lives or their
Yeah.
entire selves from their families. But I guess if you got to get it in, you got to get it in.
That's hard because they don't have the luxury. Because gay men are very clean and well kept, and And acidic people, they don't have the luxury of all that fun, fruity fleet. Do you guys know what a fleet is?
No.
Do you know what it is? Stephanie? She's not talking because she's our upcoming guest. Yeah, hold on. Let me actually go through. I didn't do your intros.
Oh, yeah.
From DBS Podcast, because that was real dirtbag. Sergio Chicon. Hello.
I like to give myself a round of applause.
From Raw Beef Podcast and to the Abercrombie store, Wilfred Padua.
J. Crew.
I'm sorry, J. Crew.
Bitch.
From Is That Embarrassing? And all around the world, one of my good friends from Michigan. So good people, do not ruin her. Stephanie Andrews, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
You guys are friends?
Yes.
Yes. She does have those.
Yeah.
I
got
got
a couple.
Friends.
How do you guys know each other?
We fuck.
Yeah. But only on
All right.
weekends.
So do we now.
I knew it. No, she's from Michigan. I'm from Michigan.
I moved here and needed a personal trainer, and then I was like, hey, this isn't fun, but let's just be friends outside of working out. I'm a New York 4. I can settle for that. Let's go, baby.
And
then that was it.
Magic. But she has a fucked up breakup story.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep. And she put it on TikTok. But we want to get the whole skinny, the whole dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Wait, what was the question that we were asking before? What was the verification?
you were asking fleet. Do we know what that is?
Do you know what fleet is?
No.
What?
Yeah.
It's an enema.
Oh, I'm
What's an
not.
enema?
I'm not like you, like that.
Okay, so if you're looking to do anal, everyone, and you want to clean out your backside, there's this stuff, and you don't want to use it all the time, but it is really nice. I use it for other reasons, but I have used it. You just stick that tube up in you, and then you squeeze out the saline water.
Oh, but I have one of these, but it's like
That's
it's.
from my
It
nose.
looks
Wait, do
like
you have a reusable one?
It's a
well,
neti
yes,
pot.
it looks like one of. No, but it looks like one of those things that you like squeeze boogers out of a baby's
Yes.
nose
Yeah.
with. Yeah, I have one of those.
Yeah, I don't
Is that
do
what it's
the
called?
reusable because I feel gross about it, but I'm
Just
proud of you.
sanitize it.
I know. I
Yeah.
should.
How deep does the anal cavity have to be clean? Like, I feel like you've only got to get
As
6
far
inches
as a
clean.
dick,
Yeah.
6 inches. Now we know how much Wilfred.
More or less. Okay.
That's the average
But-
size, they say,
yeah.
right?
No, I think less than that.
Ah.
Yeah, it's less than that.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
That's
less.
how I definitely know that.
Yeah, you got to get all that clean out there.
Yeah, but I think you don't need. How far does the enema need to clean out?
Listen, I had a friend who tried anal for the first time. They rented a hotel room. He really wanted to do it. And she was like, fine. Just make it special. And I was like, you should make it comfortable.
How do you make that special? You light up a Jesus Christ candle on the side of the
You're like,
fucking
yeah.
bed.
That's it's like,
you
oh
put
yeah,
on
we've
some
got
Sade in the background. How do
rose
you make that
petals,
special?
and then you fucked her in the ass. Like, that's not romantic at all.
Here's an ass tampon for afterwards.
Yeah, it's
Made them
never
into
been
roses.
like special. It's always been after like Dallas BBQ, after 4 Hennessy.
No. You starve yourself for 3 days before anal. We do not
yeah.
eat.
No,
Oh,
no. Yes.
This girl definitely was eating. She was eating buffalo wings
No.
with me.
I'm so
the
sorry.
night of. She was eating buffalo wings.
Who the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about my ex. She was from the West Coast,
Ooh.
not Michigan. You guys are from Midwest. This is the West Coast.
Well, my friend, who also from the West Coast, they go to a hotel. He sticks it in. She hates it. He didn't relax. Like he went for it 100%. That's too fast. And she was like, no. So he yanked it out, and then she had diarrhea all down the wall.
Whoa.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, that
And she was
reminds
like,
me.
we're checking out.
I used to work with this guy named Stan. He was a plumber, and he had braids from the top of his skull down to the bottom of his beard. So imagine that. The braids came down like this and to the bottom of his chin.
He would braid his beard.
Yeah.
God,
So
that's
his
gotta
name
be-
was Stan. He was like 6'5", and he told me one time he was a plumber, and I was his assistant, right? And he was just fresh out of prison, right? And he says to me, "Yeah, boy, when you go in the backside, you never know what you're gonna pull up, boy. So anytime I hear anal, I'm like, I think of Stan and the silhouette of him coming through the door. Like, when you go to the backyard, you never know what you're gonna pull up, boy. So I'm a little bit indifferent to it. When I hear these stories, I cringe and I automatically see Stan and his braided beard just poking out the side.
No, the thing is, one person has to know what they're doing. Like, one person has to be like, oh, I've done this before, in order for it to be a decent situation.
Yeah. Or just read every blog ever. And you can get a good idea, I think.
I feel like you'd talk yourself out of anal if you did that.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not good at sticking stuff in the backside, but I did play around with a plug for a long time. And then I really enjoyed it, but only like one of those little teeny tiny ones.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Did it have a diamond?
It did not have a diamond.
It was one of the engagement rings that she got.
Why do you think I said no? It was small though. It was like B. It had like a whole. Thomas talks about it. Thomas Whitfield talks about him all the time. Anyway.
Different gauges.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have to like taper up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It took me like 2 weeks to get that teeny one in, and then I was like, "That's enough."
Yeah, if you're not gauging your way in, it's like if it's just a night that you guys decide to do it. Now it's just like it's awkward, right? You got lubricant all over the place. You got one leg on the bed, one hand on your hip. It's just like right. New York One is playing in the background. Right? It's just like it's too much. So like this is valuable information. Like get like half, like semi, because it's a lot of work. Once we got to think about this shit. But now it's semi. The back is a little humpy and it's just weird visually.
Yeah, all that. New York One. Can you imagine?
I'll mute.
You mute halfway through because you're like in the mood and you start having sex, but you have to mute New York One because they're talking about like violence at a preschool.
You're like, oh God. Yeah. Have you fucked at the back door?
Me? Yes. Yeah.
Did you like it?
I have a huge ass. Of course I have. It's fine. I'm more so like I got off on the guy liking it as much as he did. Well, there have been two. Hey, Mom. She watches and listens to everything I do. But there have been two, maybe three. But it's more so about like they're so into it that I'm like, yeah, I'm powerful. And then I enjoy the power more so than the actual act.
Do you clench down on... Do you clench to finish them faster? Because sometimes I just clench down I'm like, let's speed this up.
They usually finish faster.
The front side.
The front
Kegel,
side.
like a Kegel clench.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I'm like, let's just get a quick pussy workout in.
I cannot wait to put Sergio's face on Instagram.
Wait. Oh, you saw his question marks floating above my head. Because we were talking about anal, right? You got clenched.
Yeah, but now
I'm talking about the front.
Okay.
I talked about front door.
You don't clench your ass. That's
what
risky.
I was wondering.
That's risky.
Right, okay.
No, but I'm doing it right now, and I think you can, because I think a Kegel also.
Yeah, they're like, if you do
back,
one,
right?
kind of the other goes too. Is that what you're saying?
Really?
I think I'm
What are you talking
Wait.
about? Clenching your
Wait,
balls?
everybody
Everyone
try
do a
right
Kegel
now.
real quick.
Okay.
Wait,
Can
we're
you do
clenching
it?
our buttholes? Is that what we're doing?
No.
Because I gotta pee now.
Don't touch it.
Because I gotta pee now.
Just do a Kegel.
What's a Kegel?
Can you guys
Maybe
do a
you sit
Kegel
this one
without
out.
the
Yeah.
butthole squeezing? Yes or no?
What are you doing?
A Kegel.
A Kegel, it's like
yeah,
when you.
I
when you
can, but you have to like really think about
for
it.
like, dude, it's like when you flex your dick.
Oh, okay, now I gotta take a shit. And luckily we're at the Be Frank Network because you guys have nice bathrooms. I love the bathrooms here. By the way, I think my rapper guest stole toilet paper. I will refund you guys.
Hilarious.
Oh my God, people love stealing shit from here. I did a, what is it called? Where
I'm kidding, he
donation.
definitely did steal.
A donation show at the end of my bike ride. And a comic came in with a trash bag and just went through the studios and stole shit. I was like,
Jesus.
I was like,
Really?
son, you're on camera. We got cameras. This is $1 million.
What did they steal?
Just like mics and I was like,
Oh.
and then he goes,
Here?
can you book me on one of your shows?
It
I
was
was like,
here?
no, because you steal.
Hmm.
Yeah, here.
Yo, we gotta shout him out. Who's that dirtbag? Who does that shit?
I'll tell you guys afterwards.
Saying names.
I know.
He needs
I
to
know.
get dirtbag of the week.
He's not,
Mara, are you using Fleet because you're ass fucking, or because?
I have fucked up system.
Okay, that's what I was. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure which reason.
My
one
guts
of
are not great.
one of the guys I dated was super into butt play and super into plugs, and he cheated on me for like a very long portion of our relationship. So when I found out, he and the girl were at a movie theater, and I had his keyless entry to his truck, and so I just lined all of our butt plugs up right on his dashboard.
Wait, is
This is the screenshot of the text I sent you where he's like, "You're ruthless. This is unforgivable." I was like,
Is this from the relationship that you talked about on your TikTok?
No, my TikTok, I was engaged to him. This was like
The same guy.
different guy.
Oh,
Different guy.
okay. Why don't you get into that? Okay, how did you meet him? Start from the beginning.
A Christian music festival.
This is not the anal guy, to be clear, right?
God gave us loopholes. No, it was not the anal guy.
Okay.
Different guy. No, yeah, we met at a Christian music festival that we were at for like almost 2 weeks, and
2 weeks of Christian music?
it was
Oh.
I was
I've done that
drinking
too.
the Kool-Aid hardcore. I was
Wow.
guzzling the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I was
The Kool-Aid tastes good.
I was 17. He was 26.
Oh, what a dirtbag! That's some dirtbag shit right there.
Yeah,
Not bad.
yeah. But when you're 17, you know everything. And so he lived in Texas. I lived in Michigan. We like left the music festival, but we're like so in love. And God told him that we were going to get married. Ironically, God told him that he was going to marry his current wife as well. God told him, though, that we were going to get married. And I
I
was
think God's a drinker.
very impressionable, like grew up in the church. And so I was like, that sounds about right. And because when you're a Christian, you get married at 18 and you have babies. You know this.
Mhm.
Well,
I was that. Yep.
Yeah, you were that. And so I like flew out and met his family in Pennsylvania, all this stuff. We were getting ready to tour on like a rock climbing trip for this nonprofit that he had. And he proposed to me on my senior year spring break. And by proposed, it was just like, we should do this. And I was like, yeah. But my family hated him. I'm not sure why, but they were like, we don't like this guy because he's,
Probably because you're a child.
yeah, because
and
I was
he's
an
not.
infant and he was not and did not have his life together. And so we were like, we should elope. And so it was this huge ordeal where we were going to elope and then tour for the summer and come back and tell my family that like we were married. And we showed up at the court, did the whole thing, and the court had caught on fire that day.
Oh my God.
It's combusted. No clue what the start of the fire was, like electrical issues, God himself, we're not sure. And so I was like, I don't know, I don't really believe in signs, but maybe we should not elope. So then we were waiting, and we essentially were going to go on this tour with this group of people, and like 5 days into the tour, I found out that he was sleeping with the girl who I asked to be my maid of honor.
Oh.
Big yikes. She was his best friend's girlfriend.
Whoa.
Yeah, scandalous.
Yeah, so
Gets spicy out in the Midwest.
Oh.
real
yes.
spicy. And me being the stubborn person that I was like, okay, everything's off. We're breaking up. But I was like, but I'm not leaving this tour. So then we toured the United States together for a few months.
Oh my God.
Me, him, the girl, and some mutual friends.
Did you?
What was that like?
Yeah.
It was pretty awful. It was really bad. First of all, I found out things about him that confirmed my decision to end it because, I mean, obviously the cheating was enough, but like we had planned this trip for months and he only brought 2 pairs of Lucky brand underwear, 2 pairs of underwear total. 2 pairs total.
Ugh.
And I
How
was
many
like,
would you guys pack?
For a tour like that?
Yeah.
months.
Yeah, I'd pack like 10
Yeah, that's a good.
because you're going to do laundry.
Dogs, I do a weekend on the road and I bring 10 pairs of underwear. 1 pair of jeans, running sneakers. Like, you don't always make sure you got more pairs of socks
Yeah.
and, and underwear.
You don't know if you want the white socks that day or the black socks.
I just, you gotta, yeah.
I have this, one of my goals in life is to go, like, take a flight and have packed exactly the right amount of things.
Because I was touring a lot before COVID, I had a rule for myself that I had to wear everything that I packed
Mhm.
because that forced me to like limit to just what I needed. Because otherwise I'm like, one night I'm like, well, I packed this glittery thing and now here I am. I'm going to wear it. You get awkward, but it's worth it. It teaches you a lesson.
Yeah, no, I'm much more at ease if I pack less, but I always overpack.
Yeah, because you never know what's going to happen.
Better safe than sorry.
So how long was he hitting the laundry mats?
Not enough.
Okay.
Not enough. Because we
Not
were
every
like,
3 days?
we were in like a hotel situation. We were staying with host families. And so the amount of laundry we were able to do was like limited. And sometimes we were like hand washing and all this stuff. We actually stayed with some Amish people. And so, yeah, he was not, it was gross. It was real, I imagine it was like real crusty in there. I don't know what it gets like, but ugh.
Not good.
Yeah, so that was the thing. And then he like garbage picked for food once, and like we had plenty of food. It was just, there was a lot. He had made, right before I found this out, it was like a few days into tour, he made a comment, because I was applying for colleges, obviously, and like trying to figure out, or I think I had applied, but I was trying to decide where I wanted to go. And he was like, well, why are you, like, you don't need to go to college. You're not going to work. You're just going to have babies. And I was like, ew, what? What? No.
When did this guy grow up? Like in the 30s?
I mean, this is just like Christian culture.
Oh.
It is.
Yeah, it was really bad. Over the trip, he like locked me in a bedroom numerous times, trying to like convince me to like get back with him, and I was just like screaming for someone to come unlock.
Wait,
like,
was
come let us
anybody
out.
with you in the room?
No, it was just he and I, like both of us in the room, and he would like not let me out.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
super abusive.
Yeah, it was super wild. So basically, he ended up, we broke up, and he, like I said, this girl was dating his best friend. His best friend, my ex, was engaged before me, and that did not work. And so he sold that engagement ring to his best friend to propose to the girl who slept with my ex.
Wow.
Yes. So then his best friend and this girl broke up, and she and my ex started like dating for a minute, and then she lied to
Google
him.
A stat. Keep talking.
What are you doing?
I'm Googling a stat.
Okay. She lied to him about and his family about having ovarian cancer. So his mom started paying for her apartment and all this shit because she thought that like this girl had cancer, and she did not have cancer.
Damn.
So then they broke up. And then God called my ex to go to England where his wife was going to be, and he met some girl who God had also told she was going to marry someone from the States, and then now they're married.
Wow.
That was after he became a monk.
How long ago was this tour?
2011, 2012, 2010, 11, yeah.
Can I,
Okay.
you guys, 53.5% of those reporting extramarital sex said that they were unfaithful with their significant other's friend.
Yeah.
You dirty
Really?
bitches.
Yeah.
Holy.
Girls cannot be trusted.
No. I don't know.
Let me
Women
ask you something.
cannot.
Fast forward to now. How has that affected your relationships now?
Mhm.
Are you like
Well, first-
bulletproof
she's
now,
a
or you're
First
still
of all,
like,
first of all, I'm going to school to be a psychologist because
that is some like head.
it
that's
was a
some-
lot.
Those who can do, those who can't become psychologists.
Yes, exactly.
Man,
that is me.
like she fucked me up with that. I mean, this is layers of shit going on.
Yeah,
there. That's
I
a
mean
lot.
there was so much more just in between. Like his family was fucking insane.
Well, that's where it roots from, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah,
understand, like this
for
is like
sure.
a close-knitted group, and they have some sort of psychological
This
issues.
came from, like-
binded by religious.
Yes,
you know.
family and the religion, the two culprits in this case at least. I mean, I bounced back pretty quickly. I think, first of all, I was young, and then also when I came back from the tour, I wasn't in a
went to
situation where
college.
he lived in my hometown or something, and I was seeing him at the bar all the time. Like, he lived in a different state, so it's kind of out of sight, out of mind.
It's just such a big thing to happen at such an impressionable age.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, therapy, I have met my deductible, but
Can we talk about the savagery machine that you've started running?
yeah, for sure. So I am a little bit, as my ex with the butt plugs likes to say, ruthless. I have recently, so I'm not like you in the sense where like if someone's nice to me, I like just feel obligated to like
Sure.
spend time with them or whatever. I also don't really do short-term things historically. Everything, even like situationships, have been at least a year long. So I've been in like 3 very long-term live-in relationships, and then I've been in like a few situationships that have been like 6 to 16 months. But now, after the last guy fucked me over, I have decided to start dating like a man. Which for me means that I have a roster that includes a PowerPoint presentation with all of their pictures, their redeeming qualities, the cons about them, and their height.
She sent it to me.
And where they
men
live.
on this list.
18 men.
18 men.
You've got 18.
And so this is...
Wait, you've got 18 current
Correct.
suitors.
Correct. So this is... No, so let's be clear. Men that I actually have interest in, they do not find themselves on the roster. The roster guys are just guys that I can tolerate, and they're enough to have fun with. But
Okay.
like, there's a dude that I'm actually very into right now, not on the roster. He's in his own little category. But so what I think men do, I'm just trying this out for the first time this summer because hot girl summer, waxed and waxed, baby.
By the way, I thought that this was going to be a lot sluttier, and maybe it is, and I'm just not participating correctly.
Hot girl
But-
summer?
No, I just thought this is supposed to be the sluttiest summer in history. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
you have to
we're
get a
all coming
roster.
out of.
I think it's going to be savagery, but I think other people are like, yeah, hot girl summer. And then they're like, oh, wait, I gained 30 pounds. Let me just take a minute and
Don't attack
take
me.
a little breath.
I've been doing 2 days in the gym, getting ready,
Hot
baby.
girl autumn. How about
Hot girl winter. Also, people like got like married and had kids and shit over COVID. Like,
Yeah.
I know so many people who are just like, yeah, we just got married. There was nothing else to do. So I feel like it's going to be an interesting dynamic. So, but the roster. So, in my experience, observing my male friends, guys have multiple women that they talk to at once. Whereas most women, we put all of our eggs in a basket. So if you and I go on a date or two and we have like a really good night, we hook up, there's a lot of chemistry there. My eggs are in that basket. I'm not on the app. Like, I may still have the apps, but I'm not on the apps. I'm not trying to find other people. I'm trying to feel you out and see if this could be something. And like, that's what I'm investing my energy into. Then
Wait, is this current time?
no. This is just how like I think women tend to operate.
Oh.
Right.
I was
So
like,
this is how we date.
we're not at the Sweet Vermouth every day at the restaurant across the street. Yeah.
No, that's current time. We'll get there. So the issue with that is, say that it works out and we have this chemistry and we go out a few times a week, we're hooking up, and that happens for a month or two, and I'm really into you, but then like you're still talking to other women, seeing them, and then things split off. Women tend to be just like devastated. We beat ourselves up. We're trying to figure out where it went wrong, why you didn't pick me, all of these things. Where the guy never had all of his eggs in one basket. So he's just kind of like, whatever, like he just moves on to the next woman. Now what I'm doing is I'm creating this roster. For example, 2 men have already been bumped. One because he just sucked, the other because the sex wasn't enjoyable for me. So what happens is I bump them from my roster, and it's not this like, oh no, back to the streets, gotta find someone else, gotta go through the dating thing. Because first of all, I have 16 other guys that are decent already lined up
That's
to
quite
have
the
fun
roster.
with.
That's like an entire baseball team.
It is. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, that's more than a basketball team.
And then I just
'Cause
replace them. So if I bump 2, I just replace those 2 with new guys, and we keep cycling out the roster.
Question, hold on. So you said that the sex was decent. It was like not decent enough. Are you communicating with them when you're fucking, or are you just seeing what they got to give?
A little bit of both. I guess it really depends on the person. Like the last guy I slept with, I think he was the last one. He lives in my apartment building. He's the second one in my building. But he was he was very into like kinks and just like a very sexual person. And he wanted to like talk about that shit. So we talked about it outside and inside of the bed. But then I wasn't feeling it. There was a lot of talk there, is what
So
I'll say.
I kind of forecasted it a little earlier, but she has a cute little bar across the street, and every day at happy hour they give a free shot of Sweet Vermouth. And this bitch over here has been bringing her roster over there every day, and every day she's like, oh my god,
So
you
I've
guys
been
give a free shot. That's so crazy.
yeah, so they know me, and I bring a different guy almost every time, because this is another thing is women stress too much about fucking dating. We go, we get our hair done, we get our nails done, we buy a new outfit, we take 3 out. Yeah, Mara's nails are like perfectly
Pristine.
manicured.
Hello.
Do you see mine? Okay, perfect example. Do you see mine? Chipped as fuck.
Don't give a
Chipped
fuck.
as fucked. Because we put all this effort in, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't put effort in, because we should, but I've put in great amounts of effort for dusty ass men that disappoint me or like they don't know how to operate what they're working with, you know? And so now I just put in an average amount of effort and take them to the same bar. Like, I'm not going to spend all this time going back and forth. Where should we go? Where should we go? Like, what are we going to do? We just go to the bar across the street from my house. And then it's great because, like, if it works out, I'm like, hey, I live up there. Want to come hang? Want to meet my dog? That's third base. They don't meet the dog. But yeah, so I take them, and these guys at the bar obviously know what's going on because it's the same 4 guys every time. And I'm like, hello. Oh, you guys do a free shot? How cute.
And this seems like so much time. How much time are you clocking in with this roster and dating?
Well, so I'm not wasting time. Basically, if I look at his profile and I'm like, he's fucking hot, there's nothing, like, he's not a Republican, there's nothing that, like, is, like, alarming, you know, then I pretty much instantly message them. My first message is, hey, let's get drinks. Why waste time? Let's get drinks. Which is very opposite from what I used to do. I used to talk to them for 2 weeks and then meet up with them and, like, you know. But now I'm like, hey, let's grab a drink. And then, so it saves, like, the talking time. But the dating time, I mean, I try to, like, dates 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes max. If I'm feeling them, 3
Like
times a
weekly?
week.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
Do you let them buy you dinner?
This is another thing, is I am horrible. And the butt plug ex of mine, I racked up like over $10,000 worth of debt for him because I paid his debt off and I like paid for everything for him. Yeah. Bought him a couple kayaks, just like a lot of bullshit. So I'm really bad. I got this from my mother. I'm very bad at allowing men to pay for things because I have a very dominant personality. I'm very independent.
So
but
is that a yes?
No,
Do
they pay. They pay.
Good.
They pay. It's a new
My
way of
thing
thinking.
Is if, because I'm going to pay on the first date no matter what, but at least reach for your wallet. At
I
least,
do that.
Like,
yeah.
make it look like you're going to. Because,
I
like,
do a quarter of an attempt
The issue
to
is
reach for
the
my wallet.
quality of men that I fuck with are like, oh yeah, go ahead. Like, they're not like, no, I've got this. Like, I'm like, oh, do you? And then they're like, sure.
sounds like you need to be.
Halfsies.
It sounds like you might need to be a little bit more scrutinizing in the messages.
You think?
Yeah.
How so? Like,
Because I mean, I think you can probably get a better quality of men if you kind of have more of a conversation beforehand.
oh, now don't be mistaken. I do have some quality men, but just like the roster guys are the ones that are like, oh yeah, we'll split it. Like, I would never actually invest in or be interested in like this dude that I like. We're hanging out next week and it's like a group of us are hanging out and he's like, what can I bring? Who can I Venmo? What can I do?
Yeah.
Quality guy. Like, his parents
Yes.
raised him to be respectful.
I like
but
that.
that's why he's not on the roster, because I'm not trying to destroy his life.
So I don't.
What's the point of the roster then?
So
Fun.
but you got the roster, and then you've got the guy that you like.
Mm-hmm. And if
how
the
does-
guy that I like doesn't work out, then it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm not losing a ton because there's still all these other guys.
How does the like percentage of time weigh out?
I would say it's like about the same. What I spend on 3 guys from the roster, I spend on him in like a week.
Oh, okay.
What happens when you want to move the roster dude over to quality time, dude?
That's a good question. We haven't gotten there yet
We
'cause
haven't
they all suck. I just keep bumping them and cycling new ones out. So to answer your question, the breakup at the age of 17 didn't fuck with me at all. Very mentally sound. Doing great. Thriving. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
completely healthy.
I
You know
am
what?
doing
She's
good.
done.
Yeah.
She's good.
It's just I know that I have attachment issues and I've worked on that a lot. And so this is like a fun experiment to see how easily I can like hook up with, get to know dudes and not get attached, and also just like bye. Because it'll take me like a year to get over a fucker who doesn't have hair.
I just got into a minuscule which exploded into a big fight with the dude. And
The dude or a dude?
my dude.
Okay.
And he gets real mean. He goes like straight for the dark mean. And he's like, he's like, look at you throwing your naked self up, because I put that one picture up on Instagram yesterday, which I'm not naked. It just shows the side of my booty.
No, I've definitely seen your vagina on Instagram
Yeah.
before, not this
now.
picture.
I'm
yeah.
a clean girl now.
You put your
That's so
vagina
last
on
She
it?
loves the Lord again.
I love the Lord again. Well, I've put a very artsy version.
There have been multiple. Let's not be modest. We've all seen them.
It's a good bod. It's a good
Yeah,
badge.
you have a good bod, yeah.
I worked real hard at it. So he was like, no one's going to want that. I go, you don't think if I hang up this phone right now, I couldn't get a boyfriend in 14 seconds? I was like, that's just the amount of time it's going to take me to get around that corner. I was like, so fuck you. And then I was like, maybe I went too far.
No, that's the mentality. Like, that's the whole mentality of, like, I don't fucking need you. Like, that's the mentality of summer 2021. We don't need you. You are not shit. If it's not going to be you, it's going to be the next guy. Piss off.
I need certain holes
So if
to
you're
be
looking
filled.
for your life to be destroyed, here I am.
Date a trauma girl.
But I will ruin your life in like the most fun way. And also, let me make it clear that I'm an incredible person to date. Like,
yes.
I'm
As your friend, I would
fucking
say
awesome.
yes.
Yeah.
You're very considerate, nurturing, accommodating.
Yes.
Yes.
Funny, hot,
Yes.
Just
Although
to
I
add a
was
few
saying
more.
the nice things that most people in New York are not.
humble. Yeah, when I'm in like a real relationship, I'm not like this. But right now, I am. Sergio,
Did
you
ever
are
have a-
awfully quiet.
Yeah. Did you ever have a phase?
Absolutely.
Ooh.
He's like, still in it.
What was the most amount of chicks that you had in rotation?
In my early 20s, I don't know, like 5 or 6.
5 or 6 at one time? Ooh, that's hard. Women are a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, but I think I was I was pretty upfront and honest. You know, I didn't want a relationship. I was fresh out of a bad breakup,
But they were part of a basketball team and not the coach.
and I was just having a good time, and it was fun. But the thing is, man, when it was in abundance like that, when you're dealing with 6 different personalities, you become a little bit of a jaded jerk. So
Yeah.
for me personally, I was like, I treated them all the same, but it was like I was mailing in the amount of energy I would put in and how creative I was gonna be with each, outing. And then, it got to the point where I got a little sloppy. Now I'm having, it's like multiple women, it's not always protected sex. So that's dirtbag shit,
Yeah, you
right?
can't do
and
that.
now I'm fucking at the
You were
clinic.
slipping in raw in
Yeah,
multiple
it was
chicks?
slip up. So every weekend I would go to the doctor, and the doctor was like looking at me, holding her pen like it was a cigarette, like, you're here again? She's like, Sergio, you're not gonna get AIDS unless you're having anal sex. Okay? She said, don't worry about that, because I'm like, I think I have AIDS. And like, you're not gonna have AIDS. You will get someone pregnant eventually. So here's a bag of condoms. You seem fine.
Those are
We
the
took your
worst
blood work.
condoms that they give you. Too.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
MTA condoms. They come with a free map. So I never had peace of mind when I was like single like
No.
that. For
Yeah.
me, I remember dealing with that. My ego was like, my friends were like, oh man, you got, but I remember feeling like I didn't have peace of mind.
One of our biggest listener questions is, how did you meet Liz, and what kind of woman is she to deal with you?
So Liz and I met at Donnell Rawlings' Monday night show at the Laugh Lounge in 2008-ish.
Okay.
Her brother was DJing. It was a crowd of 6. She was on a date. She was in the front row.
She
and I
was
was
on
like,
a
damn,
date?
this girl is beautiful. And I was doing the bit. She was laughing. Her date looked mad awkward. I didn't make fun of him. A lot of the other comics were, because he wasn't laughing at anything. And that's how we became real, that's how we met shortly after that show. Donnell then had a barbecue. I helped him set it up. It's early. I had I had a nice concoction of weed, liquor, and a nice mix of things going on.
I know a few comics
By
that
the
love
time
that
she
concoction.
rolled in, I was like, I was in a good head. I was having a good time, clean my teeth for the pork, 'cause we were barbecuing. And I met her, and I liked her. Like, we were laughing and having a good time, and we dated. And then shortly after, she got pregnant. We've been together 12 years.
Wow, holy
yeah,
shit.
married. We got a 9-year-old, and that's how I met Liz. I met her through comedy. She's been fully supportive. Granted, we have our bumps, here and there, but we, it's dope because we support each other. And, she's also a person who's lived life. So we don't have, I'm not in, and I did too. So we met at a time where it was good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, timing is like a big thing in terms, because like you could be perfect for each other, but it's just the wrong time for you to start, for like one of you to hop into a relationship, or the wrong time for, like, I don't know, you're like one of you's focusing on your career or whatever, and then next thing you know, life gets away.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Timing is everything.
It
and everyone, and it's just, you gotta have fucking fun. Like that shit,
That's the biggest thing is like
fun.
people aren't fun. Like I went on the guy that I dated went on a date with who like the sex was just meh. The whole date, the whole fucking date, he talked about work. The whole date, he talked about his job as a recruiter, and I was like, I want to unalive myself right now.
Yeah, this fucking date sponsored by Ambien.
Yeah, I was like, what and I still slept with him. But
why would you sleep with a guy like that? Like just a couple of drinks?
Because I hadn't fucked in a minute, and I was just
so
like,
you just want to get one off.
Yeah, he lived on the 14th floor. I lived on the 5th floor. I'm like, this is easy. Went downstairs, shaved, went back upstairs real quick. That was it.
I love the fact that you went downstairs and shaved.
Oh fuck yeah, I did.
That's fucking awesome.
See,
some
you should've
girls
given
get caught off guard, man. I definitely had the prickly hairs on the side of my
Oh no,
ribs.
I only
And I don't give a fuck about that.
I only
really.
like if I'm doing it, I'm committing 100%.
You
I'm
should just give
delivering.
him that dusty pussy, because
Yeah.
it's not like he didn't deserve better.
He didn't deserve better. You're right.
Yeah, you should have gave him the fucking porcupine special.
Yeah.
I feel like guys don't know.
Especially because
We know.
I just
You do?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but if it's like someone that I care about, I don't care.
Right.
Yeah. I decided before I slept with him that I would
pussy
never
right now.
sleep with him again. So you're right. I should have just been like, fuck it, all bets are off. But I still have to see this man in the elevator. So I was like, we're going to have the pristine pussy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
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 Can't have funk.
Can't have funk.
No funk.
So, but yeah, the reason I slept with him was because like I hadn't for a while. And so I was like, it's time.
Was it worth it, or was it just like a throwaway one?
It was all right. It was.
We hit it again.
Listen, I think girls like
No,
guys.
I wouldn't.
If you know your body, you could get off with someone you don't like. It's like, let me just get on top, pretend it's
See,
somebody else.
I object. I object
me
because
too.
I'm very much so I can't fuck someone. I have to be able to find one thing that I'm like redeeming quality.
Oh, so
like,
there was a
if I'm-
redeeming quality in this guy.
His face was
Okay, he
fine.
was a good-looking guy.
Yeah, he was attractive. But like, if there's not something that I'm into, something I'm into, then like it's not. Like there have been guys where I'm like, great guy, solid guy, cannot fuck him, can't imagine fucking him, just because it's just like there's something not there,
Mm-hmm.
So, but I had a drought last year, and it wasn't just pandemic related, but I didn't fuck for 16 months. And so now I'm like, she's back! She's back!
Wilfred's like, yeah,
That's a long
isn't
time.
that normal?
That's
You
a
guys
long
must
time.
be-
And I
Hey,
mean,
no.
granted, it wasn't like my pussy's off limits. Like I have toys. That was fine, but like I did not sleep with a man for 16 months.
I was so annoyed when I found my wife's toy. That shit had a drawer of its own.
I
That's
just threw away all
interesting
mine.
because every guy I've dated, except for the last one, finds it problematic.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a problem. It was just jarring because
Yeah.
it was like it had its own drawer.
Yeah, they're
and
sacred.
a blanket.
They're
I was like, the
sacred.
fuck?
Yeah.
I
You
was
gotta
like,
take care of
what
them.
the fuck?
They're expensive.
They
Yeah.
are expensive.
It had a blanket.
How long
It was,
how long was it before you saw that?
I'm not sure. I should ask her. How long ago did you get this? I think I received a package when it was delivered. I was like, what the hell? This is everything. We got dog food already.
She's
No,
like, I'll
I'm all
take
for
that.
it caught me off guard. And I just think like she probably, I was like, really? Like, I need to grow. I grew the fuck up quickly. Because at first I was like, my ego was a little bit like, oh, toys. And I was like, no, this is great. Because anytime I don't want to have sex, like the toy is there. Play with the toys.
Oh my God. I don't do
The
that.
worst.
I checked all my toys. Well, I kept
All of
I kept my
Did you say
Benoit ball.
gross?
No,
I only
the
had
worst.
2 and I never
Oh, the
used them.
worst.
The worst. Not gross, no. Okay, you chucked them.
Yeah, because the plug I was using for specific boyfriend that was like, that's what I love. And I was like, I don't think it's possible. So that had to go because that was associated with a person. And then the other two I never use. I got them from this podcast.
Oh.
But I did keep the Benoit balls.
No,
Which
I have a lot. I have a lot. I'm
Oh.
surprised you don't have any.
Any toys?
Yeah.
They don't do anything for me.
Oh, you don't have the right ones then. We Vibe, not sponsored, but man, oh man, do I love it. And someone in a different country can control it if you choose.
What do you mean?
It's a
I had it. I threw that away. I'm not kidding.
disowning you. It's a Bluetooth. It's like a Bluetooth. I don't know what it is, but it's basically a vibrator. And there's an app.
You send it emails.
There's an app. There's an app, and you can send a person a link, being like, so and so wants to get down, and then you send them a link. They open it up in the app, and they can control the vibrator from their phone. So like I was fucking a dude in New York when I lived in Michigan, and he would control the vibrator with his phone.
Is there any text involved?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
I mean, you can
send
yeah,
messages.
you
That'd
can
be
send
hilarious. He
messages.
was like, I'm a recruiter. You're like, motherfucker.
But yeah, no, it's super fun if you're like trying to,
That's
if you're
really
doing
cool. I never
something
heard
that's
of
like
that.
Yeah.
long distance. So what I did was I put it inside of me and was in a bar and sent him the link sitting across from the table from him.
Oh, wow.
And then he
Yeah.
started controlling it while we were sitting in the bar. And then we fucked in the bathroom.
My waxer did the same thing. She was like, she shows up. All she has on is I'm going to meet her and her boyfriend, my husband and I at the time, going to meet her. She's like, really wants us to come hang out. She had the egg inside with the remote control,
yeah.
and her boyfriend had the remote control with it. She only has a fur jacket on and like one of those mink ones, so you can still see through the seams. Because I was like, bitch, you were naked underneath. We're meeting for drinks. Like this. What are you doing?
She sounds fun.
Yeah, she was fun. But she fucked my husband. So
Oh, fuck her.
Yeah, what is it? What
I know women just do that.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm very strategic about my female friends.
Yeah, man, I would imagine so. Hearing these
Yeah.
stories, that shit is jarring. I've never been into. You ever had a dude that was into like sleeping with your there was a group
Mom?
of friends. Yeah,
Oh.
like no. Like there's certain dudes who are like that. You know that sleep
Yeah.
with like your ex-girlfriend. I never had those.
Oh, that was my entire life. Like
have,
in the
like-
Midwest, it's very incestual because it's
Yeah, it's
so
weird.
I don't
small.
have that at all.
Like I have friends, like there's one of my friend groups and there's not any two people in the group that haven't fucked each other. Like everyone's just like dated each other, slept with each other. And I'm like, this is not okay.
Yeah, that should always annoy the fuck out of me. That's not okay. Like if I dated
Yeah.
a girl, like no one should be dating her. And vice versa. I'm not gonna date a girl you were with. Like
Yeah.
it's like that's
I have
weird.
people that I've like there are comics that like we've slept with the same person.
Yeah, but comedy is like an exception,
Yeah.
right?
But it's one was that I'm thinking of is like this fan of my friend slept with me, and then he responded to her DM. Well, she was visiting New York.
Mhm.
She was
She
a little
slept
bit of
with
a
me.
groupie.
Then she
Chuckle fucker.
then
Yeah.
she fucked him like the day after because he responded to her DM. I don't care. Couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have my heart in it anyways.
Is it couldn't care less or is it could care less?
I think either or.
could care less. couldn't-
Harassment, harassment.
If it's couldn't,
Alligators, crocodiles.
Viagra.
You know, when I hear Steph speak about this, it's interesting to me because it's so far removed because I'm older, you know, and I'm like
And you're not dating.
and I'm not dating, so it's like
Yeah.
interesting to me that but it's also like it kind of reminiscent of like how fun it was, but it's also like I remember how tiring it could be too.
Yeah.
You
it
know?
is tiring. As someone who is dating and like I could not keep a roster of 18. I couldn't keep a roster of 3. Like I have too much shit to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm a grad student and I work full time, but I'm committed to the summer. Committed to the game.
roster. But that's man, that's a fucking good time. I remember like when I having sex outdoors, that shit was fun.
Yeah,
I
this
haven't
is
had
the
sex
thing.
outdoors in a long time.
I've never, like I said,
Yeah,
I've
spice it
never
up.
dated casual. So it's just like, all right, let's just have fun. It's
Where's
not
it-
really my personality, but let's go.
Craziest place you've ever had sex, Wilfred?
On a roof.
Okay. All right. Was it
Yeah.
a low roof or was it the tallest?
It was like a brownstone roof. in Crown Heights.
Oh, dirty.
Yeah. It was nighttime. No, I couldn't imagine anyone could have seen us, but it was on the roof.
Nice.
It was like
That's fun.
it wasn't to completion. It was just like, we're going to start it out here. And then we went down into the apartment.
Got it.
Well, okay, there are two. One's trashy, one's fun. The trashy one was a
In the
gazebo.
trash.
A gazebo in a neighborhood park.
What's a
In
In
gazebo?
my it's like one of those little doo-doo-doo things.
It's like where
that-
you get married under a gazebo.
Correct, yes. Or like there's
Ah.
a picnic table and you have a picnic under it.
Disney.
Or you fuck under it.
We're in the city.
No, this was back in Michigan. And then
I feel like there's a lot of gazebos in Michigan.
there's a lot of
There are.
gazebos, yeah. And then
Oh gosh, you got a gazebo in your yard?
a gazebo.
Oh, fancy.
Oh, you guys
how
fucked
much
in the
did that
gazebo?
cost?
Did you guys fuck
Did
in
you
the
get it from
gazebo?
Costco?
Why would you fuck under the gazebo?
Oh, I think that was a Big Lots purchase.
So that was one. And then I have fucked on an airplane, but it was
Wow.
very much so like your roof where it was just like quick. And then we were like, obviously we can't like fuck, but we were just
Yeah.
like, let's try to. And it was awful because it's very tight in there and there's like a toilet and a sink. And so you have to like, your ass kind of like, my ass had to kind of be on the sink so that I was elevated. And then we fucked for a second and then that was it.
He had to put down like phone books to stand on.
Yes,
and-
correct. Because he was 4 feet tall. But yeah, so an airplane.
Sergi?
That was fun.
The most dirtbag place I fucked is the St. Mark's Hotel.
Oh
On
my
8th Street.
God.
$20.
Did you kill the hooker afterwards?
Oh, man. It was so grimy and nasty. It was like, I
Oh.
Why
was
would
just
you
getting
go
home.
in there?
My girlfriend was at home. I said, walk the dog. I go into St. Mark's Hotel, dirtbag days. Dirtbag days, though.
Wait,
This
you
is why
had
he
a
was getting
I had a
girlfriend?
STD
girlfriend, and
tested
that was
every
my,
week.
that was my little shy piece.
Oh,
It
no.
was snowing that night. It was snowing that night.
No.
And we rolled in like around 10:30. I think we waited for the St. Mark's Hotel it was filled up and we're just like hanging out in the front next to like the place where they sell silver jewelry.
You were
and-
waiting for the hourly people to leave.
Yes.
You trash.
Someone came out. We went in and paid for 2 hours. So that was the most dirtbag place.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They laid
We
down new
ran out of
plastic
Coke.
bags for you to fuck on.
Yeah, we ran out of Coke. We're like vacuuming the floor. Like, you got any more?
I think after 2 hours, you have to get a tetanus shot.
Yeah, it was dirtbag.
Give
It
her
was super
15
dirt. That's the
minutes.
most dirtbag. But then I've done weird shit. Like I was, in my apartment, and I said, "Let's go to the hallway," and we fucked in the staircase.
So in front of your neighbors.
I just fucked
That you
in the
had-
staircase. Like we're fuck doing this shit on the bed, in the kitchen, in the bathroom. We're gonna go onto the hallway staircase.
We want to go somewhere else, but close enough still to the
Yeah,
snacks.
the door was ajar.
So you're still like can
my
get
cat
back
was
in.
looking out like this.
Not gonna miss a
I had a
program.
pit bull loose in the hallway.
Your phone can
I've
still
done it.
connect to
I've
the
done it by the
Wi-Fi.
trash too.
By the trash.
I've definitely done it at school, at PS20 Uptown. Yeah, just there was trash holding on to like a fucking dumpster, like literally.
Oh
Wow.
my
Hands
god.
Wow.
Panties to the side. Dirtbag shit.
On our Instagram, where this episode will be posted, everybody comment their place that they have had sex where you're just like, oh, I should have
I
done
don't know
that.
why I keep on envisioning Stephanie's roster like the Gambino crime family.
I can
like
show
this,
you what it looks
Yeah,
like.
Mara has
I
that.
have
Are there pictures?
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
pictures.
Really?
This
I
is the
feel like
less.
something like you see in a precinct.
Yeah, this is the less elaborate one. I have one with more details, but I just sent Mara the basics. She has to pay for premium content.
Is the,
So yeah, so it
Can I see
goes
it?
yeah. So it just goes boom, boom.
they all look very, because you have a
Okay,
certain
so
look.
you can only
that you
go
like.
back and forth
They
right
look
and
very
left
Michigan-y.
because we don't.
No. Actually, I'm
Everything
not
else
into
is-
like Michigan-y guys.
Oh, they look Michigan-y to
I
me.
mean, maybe the first page. There's
Like
a
this
few-
guy. That's
yeah,
like,
that guy looks
he looks
super
like he wears,
Michigan.
like a John Deere
He looks
shirt.
Michigan as fuck. Yeah. And 2 of them have
But
been
one
removed.
thing is about Steph, she likes them white.
No, baby.
We're other
No,
people
no,
of colors.
no.
This is
Two right there.
triggering.
No,
There's
no,
two.
no.
Yeah, she.
I want to clarify. There's 2 Indian gentlemen, 1 Puerto Rican,
Indians. Who else says they want to fuck an
and
Indian?
2 black people on there. Like, it's well diverse.
You like
Yeah, this
Indian
is pretty
guys?
diverse. It's like a JFL casting.
Let me see.
It's like a Brooklyn comedy show. All men
You're right. Oh
of different
God.
colors.
Yeah, this
Not
is like
this
lineup
year.
is good for like a
JFL's like we
Bushwick.
better get Asians.
All right.
Yeah, there are no Asians on there.
This is and then if you scroll more, you can see the actual guy that
Look at
I'm
this guy with
into.
the
I think
thumb
I
up.
sent it to you, right, Mara?
They look like
Not the
this guy
thumb
right
up.
here.
Wait, which one? Is
He's
that
got
Francisco?
a thumb up.
Oh, we were not going to say names, but go.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
drop the names. I don't care.
Oh, he looks like a
I'll
chef.
tag him. Yeah, I only am fucking with him because he is a barber and my neighbor needs free
So
haircuts.
this one is it? Okay, there's two guys in this picture. Is it the Indian guy in the background? No, with the zebra striped
exactly
shirt.
the picture. No, it's the guy in the front.
Okay.
So are they? They all know that they're just one of many.
No,
They're
I mean
ju-
they do now.
I think Stephanie's ego tripping a little bit with these guys. It's a little bit of a notch in your belt type shit, having this control.
It is a little bit of a control thing. It's
because
also
if a dude
a
did
little.
this, it would be.
It's also a little bit of
dudes
dudes
do
do
this.
it. That's
I
the
don't know.
whole
Do it?
fucking point.
Oh,
Dudes
okay.
do
Is that
it.
why you're doing it?
Yeah, man.
Not to that-
Act like
not
a
to
lady,
that
think
extent.
like a man.
No.
You be quiet. You're the exception.
I'm completely oblivious.
But
I don't know
also,
any
when
guy-
you have your first love, right? You have your first baby love. I have a friend who's only been in 3 relationships, maybe even less. I think he says 3, but maybe it's 2. High school sweetheart, married, divorced,
Ooh.
new girlfriend. They broke up. They're having an issue. He's like, I love her. I'm like, she's back with her ex. Like, what? There's nothing to love. Like, move on. But when you only have those 2 to go from, you have more value in it because you've invested only, 50% into
Yep.
each one.
Yep.
So if you mix it up and you throw in a lot of them, you're like 3% over there, 3% over there. It's safer.
And I feel
It's a
like
numbers game, baby.
when you just like put everything into a relationship quickly, it's like when you don't have other people to kind of cycle through and keep you entertained, the first like decent guy, you like jump, at least I do, my personality is I would jump in and then I would like get into something committed, into something serious. And then when shit hit the fan, like I would be devastated because again, I'd put all of my time and energy into this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how a lot of guys date. I don't know, maybe my approach isn't the best, but I'm just trying to have fun. Also, after the last dude, like I took a little, like my like confidence kind of dropped. It like really got to me, that like breakup. And so I was like, no, you need to remember who the fuck you are. Like how Mara was telling the story about her man and how she's like, do you think I'm not going to like drive around the block and have 14 options or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, I need to channel that part of myself again.
I think men do like to make women feel like they're going to be alone when they're old. It's like, first of all,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to check myself in a nursing home and have the best fucking time of my life. And you're not alone there.
I don't think
You always
men
have
ever
friends.
go out and think, yeah, you're gonna be alone. Have you ever thought that? Like
No.
I never would. Yeah, I don't
No,
think.
but men do like to think that they are your only option.
Yes.
I think is what Mara's
I
trying to
don't-
get at.
I
I've
also
had
don't
many
even
I
want-
think we're
guys.
good guys.
No.
You got some
Yeah, I
good
think
guys
that's-
on the
I know.
pod today.
That, I was like,
because
this
I'm
is
like a little oblivious. I
I
really
know.
am. I'm a little bit like,
Look,
really?
I will
I
say,
don't trust them.
I'll admit that like
I
I'm.
don't trust you guys.
No.
You'll
I'm
admit
serious.
what?
I'm a little oblivious.
Let Wilfred speak.
I just.
I'm sorry.
No, I get like I've never gotten to that extent where like I've dated multiple people at the same time, but my main issue isn't like I chose one or the other or whatever. It's just that I know that I have my own attachment issues that I'm going through right now, and I just don't have the ability to attach. And it's and the reason why is because I'm too attached to the life that I'm living solo.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've got I think my career is really cool. I think my friends are great. Like I have so much fun in my life that like it's hard to bring someone in that's going to equate to the friendships that
Then
I
you
have.
haven't
That's
met
why
the
you have to have a
person.
roster, though,
Yeah.
because this is,
But
hear
I
me
think-
out, because
But I think the roster is like the amount of people that like I'll date like maybe 2 people at the same time, and that is just already too exhausting.
well, then you have a roster of 2 people. That's
Well,
fine.
yeah.
But
Well,
because it's the mentality, like also what you're saying is you aren't finding someone that you want to spend more time with than you want to spend alone and like living your life
Yeah.
how you are. And I feel that like on a deep level, which is why I have very superficial like connections and relationships with people right now.
well, another reason why I don't even want to have I don't have 2 people going on all the time. That's pretty rare. But the main reason I don't like having 2 people at the same time is because I talk about my life all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on podcasts. I'm on stage. I'm talking about myself, and I don't want to have to omit any information because the truth is gonna slip out
Yes.
if I keep on.
And that goes
talking with
across
this
the
rate.
board. People should not lie because the truth always fucking comes out.
It always comes out.
It always comes out.
So I try to just live my life as to the point where it's like, okay, I have nothing to hide because I'm living my life this way.
I like it. See, this is the problem is we have two upstanding human beings.
Mara told me, so
I already told him.
Okay. She immediately was like, you can't even look at him.
I said you guys can become friends, but you cannot try to put him on the roster. You can't fuck him.
She was like, you will ruin him and he's too precious. And I was like, okay.
Mara thinks I'm a child.
You're
No,
my
she
child.
like mama beared you for sure. Like she instilled fear in me. I was like, I won't make eye contact. Don't worry. Got it.
I did caps it. I was like, do not fuck him.
I was like, how did you know?
I was like, you
How did
guys
you know
would
my
be
plan?
very good best friends, but
Yeah.
other than that, no penises in any vaginas of you two. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I put the rule down. I put it down on the savage one.
She did only
Not
say
my
vaginas though.
Not
so
my
we
sweet,
will-
my sweet little
her,
one.
her butt's still open.
That's the God's way, you know. That's the Lord.
Sponsored
That's the
by
Lord's hole.
Fleet.
Okay, so we have to wrap this up, but
Yes.
this was so fun. Let's go through. What do you guys? Any projects? Anything that you want to talk about? You want to talk about your Instagrams? What do you want to shout
if
out?
you're not signed out to the DBS podcast, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's here at the Be Frank Sound Lounge. Tune in every Tuesday or Wednesday.
It's gonna be every Tuesday.
Dispensing a new episode. It's gritty, it's grimy, and fun. So tune in, DBS podcast. Thank you.
Yep. Wilfred.
Raw Beef Podcast at Wilfred Padua. I think that's all I've got going on in my life.
You're like, I love my life.
Doing
I've got
good.
everything going on. I'm like, I only got this, actually.
Please have me back.
Steph?
Personal is Seeker and Sought. Instagram for my podcast is that embarrassing. If you want to be on the roster, slide me a DM. Otherwise, I'm on Bumble, Hinge, OkCupid. That's
Will you
about
do a
it.
tarot for us when we put this out?
A tarot reading
Yeah.
for each of you?
Yeah.
Fuck yes, that would be so fun.
That would be so
Wait,
fun.
we're gonna do a live tarot reading?
Yeah.
We can, yeah.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, we'll do it on Insta.
Yeah.
How
So
fun!
you're a tarot reader.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. I want to do that now.
Do you have your cards?
I don't know. I'm not that invested. Sorry. But we
I'm
can
not that
do
invested.
like an IG live one night. Just pick
Fuck
a night
yeah.
or a day, whatever, and we can all hop on. I think you can have 4 people.
How about
You
you tell
can?
some shit
I'm
I don't
pretty
want to
sure.
hear, though?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
You ever just drop some bad news on somebody?
Yeah, I made my cousin cry twice. Sorry. But most of the time,
You're
like,
like, that's what you get for fucking my man.
she could never.
It's just a stack of like black heart ones. You're like, oh, I don't know. It's weird.
Death. I don't know. No, she does get fertility every time though, and I'm like, wrap it up. Be safe. Pull
Aw.
out. Yeah, we can do it. Why not?
Hell yes.
I've given most of the time it's like they're positive readings, or if there's something that's like, ugh, I try to like keep
Spin it.
reading and be like, okay, how can we turn this card around? Because it's not
keep
about
it
like.
real. I want to know.
Well, it's not about, but I think
dark
that
shit.
that people are like, oh, this is like permanent, but it's like, no, this is what we need to do to like turn this card around and get things back on track. Yep. So we can do that.
I love it.
Okay.
So check it out on Instagram live. We will all get our tarot cards read. And do you do this as a? Well, why don't you go watch it and then see
I
if,
do. Yeah.
if you can hook it up. Also follow our podcast because that's where it will be. H&A Pod on Instagram, H&A Pod on Facebook and Twitter. Although I have to figure out what my password is. And follow me directly at Mara Merrick or Be Frank Network or all of them. Just follow all of them, everyone. Thanks you guys for listening and share your stories with us. If you have a good reel, tag us in it for your breakup stories. We will have you on. We love you guys. Later.